Good Friday, everyone, and welcome to this edition of Conversations Daily News. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. Glad you all could join us once again, where we made it to the end of another week. We, of course, have your news headlines coming up on this Friday. We have the Truth of the Day with Mary Ellen Ciganovich, and today, in an entertainment spotlight, you make part of my conversation with Arielle, the founder of Nellamoon, a line of candles that really remind us of the light that we all are. Enjoy today's broadcast. For Conversations Daily News, I'm Cyrus Webb with their Friday headlines. In national news, Biden signed $1.9 trillion relief bill before his speech to the nation. Marking a year of loss and disruption, President Joe Biden on Thursday signed into law the $1.9 trillion relief package that he said will help the U.S. defeat the coronavirus and nurse the economy back to health. Some checks to Americans could begin arriving this weekend. The signing came hours before Biden delivered his first primetime address since taking office. He aimed to steer the nation toward a hungered-for sentiment, that being hope, as he marked 1 year since the onset of the pandemic that has now killed more than 529,000 Americans. This historic legislation is about rebuilding the backbone of this country, Biden said as he signed the bill in the Oval Office on Thursday. Most noticeable to many Americans are provisions providing up to $1,400 direct payments this year to most people, some of which could begin landing in bank accounts this weekend, and extending $300 weekly emergency unemployment benefits into early September. Also included are expanded tax credits over the next year for children, child care, and family leave. Some of them credits that Democrats have signaled they'd like to make permanent, plus spending for renters, feeding programs, and people's utility bills. The House gave final congressional approval to the sweeping package by a near-party line 220-211 vote on Wednesday, 7 weeks after Biden entered the White House and 4 days after the Senate passed the bill. Republicans in both chambers opposed the legislation, categorizing it as bloated and crammed with liberal policies and heedless of signs the crisis are easing. Biden originally planned to sign the bill today, but it arrived at the White House more quickly than anticipated. "We want to move as fast as possible," tweeted White House Chief of Staff Ron Klain. He added, "We will hold our celebration of the signing on Friday as planned with congressional leaders." Biden's challenge will now be to honor the sacrifices made by Americans over the past year while encouraging them to remain vigilant despite virus fatigue and growing impatience to resume normal activities given the tantalizing promise of the vaccine. Speaking on the 1-year anniversary of the World Health Organization's declaration of a pandemic, he mourned the dead but also projected optimism about the future. In more national news, resignation demands grow as police get Cuomo groping report. New York Governor Andrew Cuomo's grip on power appeared increasingly threatened on Thursday as a majority of state legislators called for his resignation, and police in the state capitol said they stood ready to investigate a groping allegation. The Times Union of Albany reported Wednesday that an unidentified aide had claimed Cuomo reached under her shirt and fondled her after summoning her to his official residence late last year. Cuomo said he never touched anyone inappropriately. At least 121 members of the state assembly and senate have said publicly they believe Cuomo can no longer govern and should quit office now, according to a tally by the Associated Press. The count includes 65 Democrats and 56 Republicans. In more national news, judge okays third-degree murder charge for ex-cop in Floyd death. A judge on Thursday granted prosecutors' request to add a third-degree murder count against a former Minneapolis police officer charged in George Floyd's death, offering juries an additional option for conviction and resolving an issue that might have delayed his trial for months. Judge Peter Cahill reinstated the charge after the former officer, Derek Chauvin, failed to get appellate courts to block it. Cahill had earlier rejected the charge as not warranted by the circumstances of Floyd's death, but an appellate court ruling in an unrelated case established new grounds. Floyd was declared dead on May 25, 2020, after Chauvin pressed his knee against his neck for about 9 minutes. Floyd's death sparked sometimes violent protests in Minneapolis and beyond, leading to a nationwide reckoning on race. And finally, in entertainment news, Eddie Murphy to be inducted into the NAACP Hall of Fame. Eddie Murphy will be inducted into the NAACP Image Awards Hall of Fame this month. The NAACP announced on Thursday that Murphy will be inducted during the March 27th ceremony, which will air on CBS. The actor-comedian will be presented the award by his longtime friend and Coming to America co-star Arsenio Hall. The Hall of Fame induction is bestowed on an individual who is viewed as a pioneer in their respective field and whose influence shaped the profession for generations to come. To this day, Eddie Murphy's work continues to bring joy and laughter to individuals around the world, and he is an amazing example of black excellence, creativity, and artistry, said Derek Johnson, the president and CEO of the NAACP. Cyrus Webb, Conversations Daily News. It's now time for the Truth of the Day with Mary Ellen Ciganovich. Mary Ellen, take it away.
Hi, this is Mary Ellen with your Truth of the Day. Take a break. Do something that will bring you joy. When you feel stuck or bogged down, take a break and do something that will bring you joy. Because joy frees up the mind. Even when you feel overwhelmed, take a break to clear your mind. You might begin by saying a little prayer, asking God to show you what to do first or how to do it. Make yourself walk away from your desk. Stretch. Do some deep cleansing breaths. Enjoy a cup of tea or coffee. When you feel stuck, you must find the common joyful thing that works for you. Joyfulness will allow your mind to see things differently. Joyfulness is the positive energy force to free up your creativity. Take a walk. Go outside for a minute. Look up at the sky, taking in the fresh air. Be quiet and allow God to speak to you, assisting you with your perceptions. Today, practice becoming joyful about everything, about anything. And remember, enjoy your day.
Arielle of Nellamoon is featured in today's Entertainment Spotlight, right here on Conversations Daily News. For Conversations Daily News, I'm Cyrus Webb with the Entertainment Spotlight. Arielle of Nellamoon told me recently of Conversations Live, the radio show, it's been great to be able to share her candle line with the world and the symbolism behind letting your light shine. Here's a bit of our conversation. What has that been like for you to share that through not only the mission of Nellamoon, but also the impact you've been able to make as well?
So I definitely feel like it's been super healing for me as well after I lost my mom when I was young, and I feel like through our company I'm able to honor her and to help people remember to let their light shine and live their best life now. So when you light your candle, it serves as like that affirmation and helps you to remember really what's important in life.
I also love the fact, and I notice it in some of the coverage of your work, is that you've been able to, no matter, and this is another thing I tell our audience, even though we're here in Mississippi, we've been able to make an impact outside of the state. You've been able to do the same thing for yourself through Nellamoon, even, helping, in relief efforts. Why has it been so important for you to not only to provide a great product, but also to make a difference even in the way that you're building your business?
Yeah, so I definitely feel like we use our business as a force for good, and that makes it more meaningful for what we're trying to do, and it gives us more drive and passion to keep pushing forward during the hard times. We know we are making an impact, and we can raise money for the tornadoes that happen in Nashville and wildfires in Australia. We definitely feel like using business as a force for good has just multiplied and help so many people.
Yeah. Have you always wanted to be a business owner? Is entrepreneurship something that you've always wanted to do?
Yes, definitely. I feel like ever since I was young, I was making little bunny rabbits out of towels and selling them in the neighborhood. So I've always had this creative entrepreneur mindset. My dad is an entrepreneur, and my mom was an artist, so I think I got the blend of both. Cyrus Webb, Conversations Daily News. We thank you all for tuning in to this edition of Conversations Daily News. We'll be back with you guys on Monday with more news, Truth of the Day with Mary Ellen Ciganovich, and of course your Entertainment Spotlight. Until then, I'm your host, Cyrus Webb, saying as always, enjoy your day, enjoy your life, enjoy your world. Thank you all for choosing Conversations Daily News today. Let's make it a great one.